Tornadoes are one of the most incredible displays on planet Earth, and for most storm chasers, seeing a photogenic tornado is the primary goal. Every year, I travel thousands of miles across the United States in pursuit of these beautiful forces of nature. Little did I know, I was about to see my greatest tornado of all time.
My God.
The trip began in central Texas and Iowa, where several days of severe weather appeared to be setting up. These storms didn't have the best shot at producing tornadoes. However, in Tornado Alley, there is never any shortage of incredible sights in the sky. This beautiful storm in Texas would dazzle us with an incredible display of rising cumulus and mammatus clouds, and on the way home, we would enjoy the storm's electric encore performance.
The bowl in front of us? Yeah. CD? Yeah. CDs are great picture lighting.
Beginning on May 7th, I would meet up with my chase partners Chris and Zach. Our first storm chase would be this large 5% tornado risk in Iowa. However, the storms on this day wouldn't fire until almost sunset and were also far too elevated to produce tornadoes. Definitely a little disappointing, but come on, it's hard to feel bad about the day when you have a view like this. Our next opportunity would come on May 10th as a 10% tornado risk set up in northeast Colorado. Unfortunately, the storms on this day turned into a big wet pile of poop with windshield smashing hail falling everywhere. However, even with messy storms, Colorado still has its ways of showing off in front of the camera.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's a tornado. Yeah, I see it, dude. I'm on the board. Let's go, baby.
The following day brought us to the Central Plains, where a wide area of severe weather seemed to be taking shape over Kansas and Oklahoma, with two areas of heightened tornado potential. Both areas had their merits, however, we ultimately decided to head down to the Oklahoma target. Right as we were arriving, a lone supercell exploded along the Red River and tracked northeast, but as soon as we arrived, the storm began to fizzle out. Weak, low precipitation supercells kept popping up and immediately dying all around us. Around this same time, we were starting to get reports that the Kansas target had produced several photogenic tornadoes only a couple hours from where we had been the previous day, while we were all stuck in southern Oklahoma. And to add insult to injury, the storms just to our north were also producing tornadoes, but were just out of reach.
You blew it!
We would go to another storm to the north, and while undeniably beautiful, we were still feeling pretty bad about missing all those tornadoes. Thankfully, we wouldn't have to wait long for a shot at redemption. Early the next morning, we woke up to a large 5% tornado risk all the way up in northeast Nebraska. So we drove the speed limit all the way up there and got there just as the storms were beginning to fire. The first supercell we got on looked like it was going to produce a tornado, but it fizzled out right before our eyes. We continued to hop from storm to storm, one after the other, but they all turned into disappointing blobs of trash. Finally, we noticed a storm firing out further to our east, so we sped off towards it and caught up with the storm near the town of North Bend, Nebraska. As we inched closer, radar was revealing that the storm was beginning to rapidly intensify. Something was waiting for us on the other side of those trees. The rapidly rotating dust under the storm's wall cloud made it clear. This was a powerful tornado.
Oh my God, dude, look at it go! Massive tornado on the ground. Massive, massive tornado. Wow, dude. That's incredible. Wow.
We would approach the tornado from behind as it began to rapidly intensify and grow in width, sucking up huge amounts of dirt into the air. Within moments, the tornado began a twisted transformation into this absolute masterpiece.
My God. Wow, dude. This thing's crazy.
It was also around this same time that my phone finally decided to let me know that there was a tornado nearby.
Oh, you don't say. It's not like there's a massive tornado on the ground right now. The condensation funnel is lifting, but there's still a massive ground swirl. We're driving under the tornado cyclone. This is the RFD.
As we came in behind the tornado, the storm was beginning to show signs another one may be forming directly in front of us.
I'm trying to keep situational awareness. There may be another tornado forming because we are driving right under the RFD cut right now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn right.
You got it. There's down power lines right ahead of you.
I'm gonna turn my car left, I'm gonna go down. You can do whatever, man, it's all you.
Let's freaking go, Chris!
We would try to keep up with the storm, but would be stopped by down power lines, watching the storm continue to produce tornado after tornado to our north. The North Bend, Nebraska tornado would ultimately gain an EF2 rating and is still to this day my greatest tornado intercept. The endless miles on the road had finally paid off, but little did I know, this was only the beginning of a much larger journey across Tornado Alley.